Daddy Brad, it's a really exciting time because basically any day now you could get the big call and go rushing right out the door.
Yes, and my wife's getting ready to have a baby too.
Which is why now is a good time to review the 5 things that a dad should never say during labor and delivery.
Today's no-nos are brought to you by Baby Bjorn. And why aren't there yes yeses? If there were yes yeses, Baby Bjorn would be a yes yes.
You know, Daddy Brad, this episode's all for you. Huh. You know, in honor of the impending birth of your 3rd child, we offer these 5 phrases for dads to avoid while they're in the labor and delivery room. You know, Daddy Brad, we also want to just thank you on behalf of all of DadLabs. I want to thank you for your willingness to have a 3rd child just for the company.
Well, you know, you're welcome. Whatever it takes.
So I have in my hand the 5 phrases to avoid. The number 5 phrase is that normal? Even if you think your voice is completely devoid of fear or, is that normal? Bad one.
Don't say that. Won't say that. Done.
If the mom sees the dad, start to have a feeling of panic or start to have a feeling of disruption, then it's going to affect her nervous system and affect the process of the labor. It could even stop or slow down a labor if she's really worrying about if the dad is worrying. So while it's understandable for the dad to be a little worried sometimes, maybe he can go ask, a care provider, a nurse or something about what's going on and try to keep himself calm for the mom as much as possible.
Holy crap! In that vein, you want to avoid the holy crap vein. Smooth and steady.
That's a good ambition for you. Yeah.
Yes.
Holy crap is a subset of is that normal?
Yes, I'm excitable.
Okay, number 4. Well, my mom says, and then just fill in the blank.
Oh. Ooh.
I think moms forget what it was like. The mother-in-law's best way is to listen. Right? I think less advice is better. Maybe the mother could give her an important task outside the room. It's a special time for the husband and the wife.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. Birth is a very personal and intense experience, and your wife doesn't want to hear anything about anybody else, especially your mama. I know from the first one. I was telling about the history of childbirth. I got knocked upside the head with an emesis tray. Do you know what an emesis tray is?
I think that an emesis tray is the kidney-shaped plastic receptacle that you put your vomit into.
Yes.
Was it an empty one?
Thankfully it was.
Moving on to the number 3 phrase to avoid during labor and delivery. Why is the birth in the metric system?
You have to say it like in Ernie's voice? You don't want to say that.
No, you don't.
Regardless of how you sound.
No,
even if you have to do the conversion in your head, just shut up.
So when I'm in labor, I like to be the one who's funny, but that's just a personal battle between me and Owen. It sort of depends on the mama and where she's at, but most women, especially when labor gets really intense, any talking at all feels like a lot. Dads should be listening to moms, listening to their words and also just sort of their body language. And some moms will be totally fine with jokes. And some moms, probably more likely most moms, will feel like they want a more serious tone in the room.
Man, I'm not gonna make another joke again until Halloween, because laughing is very painful after birth.
It's even worse, if you've got a C-section. Humor and sex are actually on a similar sort of return curve postpartum. So we're gonna move on to the number 2 phrase that you should avoid in the labor and delivery room if you're a dad. Honey, I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
A little late.
You may have missed your window with that one.
Too much.
Although you want to address your anxieties. If you're feeling some anxieties about becoming a father, you want to make a date. Sit down, talk over these things with your partner. You definitely want to get them out in the open, just not while she's pushing a baby out.
Probably before you conceive is a better idea.
He needs to realize that there's never a perfect time. Many moms and dads have done this in the past. Just try and relax and support his wife and really focus on the baby and his wife.
He's got the easy part, eh?
He has the easy part.
Okay, and now the number one phrase that you want to avoid in the labor and delivery room, and that is,
bear down, honey! Come on, just suck it up!
Tough it out, baby.
Come on.
Tough it out.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go. Come
You're
on.
tough. You can do it.
For God's sakes.
Quit your crying.
That's right. It's
Push
time
that
to go.
baby out.
It's time to
Push
go.
it.
Beat it.
Tough
Beat
it out. These are things that you don't
say.
want to say.
No. Thanks, Daddy Clay. I'm refreshed and ready for labor and delivery.
After reading your most recent blog, I figured you could use a little help.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you should go read Daddy Brad's most recent blog. It's a good one. It's on DadLabs.com. While you're there, add to the discussion forums your delivery don'ts. And, you know, might as well pick up a copy of our new book while you're there. Maybe a t-shirt, kind of merch out.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Baby Bjorn. Daddy Clay, you know, when I have my little baby in a couple weeks, I'm going to be rocking my Baby Bjorn right here, right there, rocking it out. Well, that's all for us in this segment of the lab. We'll see you next time.